Hi guys, it's Legionero. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a quick tutorial on the process of adding a recessed zipper to a lining that can be added to a bag. Now in this video I'm not putting together a bag from start to finish. I'm just showing you the process of adding a recessed zipper to a lining, and then you can once you have the recessed zipper added to the lining, you can then drop that lining into the outside of a regular bag and just sew around, and you'll have a recessed zipper. Now I will do a separate tutorial on how to use this method of adding a recessed zipper to a tote bag, so don't fear. I will do a tutorial from start to finish. I just wanted to actually show you the technique so you can kind of get comfortable with it, and then I'll do a tutorial from start to finish on making a tote bag and having a recessed zipper in that tote bag. And this method that I'm going to show you today, this is just one of the methods that I use. I also do another technique adding a recessed zipper, and I'll do a tutorial from start to finish using my Angie Clutch pattern, which is a free PDF pattern on my website. I will use that pattern to show you a different technique on how I add a recessed zipper to a clutch bag. So got a couple of tutorials coming up in the next couple of weeks. Even though I'm not showing you how to make a bag in this video from start to finish, I will put the measurements of all the pattern pieces that I'm using in the description box below, so you will have some guidelines, something to go off of with some measurements and different things like that. I'm actually using my Clara handbag PDF pattern to do this demonstration. So if you're interested in the Clara handbag, I will link that in the description box below, as well as I will link a review that was done by on the Stay Stitching YouTube channel regarding the Clara handbag. But that's the pattern that I'm using, showing you how to do this method of adding a recessed zipper to a lining. So let's get started. So now let's work with pattern piece number 5. This is your recessed zipper pattern piece, and you're going to work with 2 at a time and your zipper. So just take 2 of the pieces and set them aside, and you can go ahead and also unzip your zipper. Alright, so take one of your pieces, and what you're going to do, you're going to center this zipper, and if it's easier for you, make some marks on here. Alright, so my zipper teeth are facing downward, and I'm just going to take some Wonder Clips, or just one right now, and clip this in place. Alright, and then I'm going to take one of the other pattern pieces and I'm going to place it on top, and I'm going to clip this together. Make sure everything is lined up across the top. So this is what you're going to do. Go ahead and feel for the hardware on your zipper. Right, you should be able to feel it through here. And we're going to make a mark. And you can feel it here. You're going to make a mark because we don't want to sew over our hardware. That will break our needle. All right, so go ahead and feel for your hardware. Make a mark. So that will indicate that you need to sew on the outside of that. So you're going to take this to the sewing machine. You're going to sew up, across the top, and then down the side. Make sure you're using your zipper foot so you can get as close to your zipper teeth as possible. So make sure that you switch to your zipper foot, and you're going to start from the bottom, sew up, and then you're going to sew down the edge and then back down the side. Cut your loose threads and we'll go back to the table. All right, so now that you have your zipper sewn to your recessed zipper panel, go ahead and trim off the excess. So trim this side here and clip the corners just like you did on your slip pocket. Just don't go over the stitching. Right, once you've trimmed everything, go ahead and flip it to the right side. Right, flipped it to the other side. So now you can see the right side of your fabric. You see the zipper is sewn in place. Now take your iron and give this a good press. And be careful while you're pressing because the zipper teeth can get hot. All right, you're going to do the same thing to the other side of your zipper with the other two recessed zipper fabric pieces. You're going to assemble it and sew it the same way we did this one. Once you have that done, take them both to your sewing machine and you're going to top stitch. You're going to start along that side, pivot, go down the edge, and back down the other side. You want to do this using your zipper foot so you can get as close to the zipper as you can with your top stitching. Now let's make sure we're using our zipper foot. And you're going to top stitch your recessed zipper. I just want to make a note here that even though I'm using different fabrics, I'm still working on the same bag. Okay, so let's put together our lining, our recessed zipper, and our facing. So what you want to do, you want to have your lining piece face with the right side facing up. You want to take your recessed zipper and just make sure you center it along the lining. I'm just eyeballing it. And you want to make sure when you place, I'm using the part with the zipper pull first. When you place it, make sure that the zipper pull is facing up. All right. So your lining is facing up and your zipper pull is also facing up. Now take your facing piece and place it face down. And take your clips and clip it in place. Okay, so what it should look like, you're facing, the right side of your facing should be facing your zipper pull, and then your lining, the right side of your lining is facing up. All right. So you just take this to the sewing machine and sew down this edge. All right, so now you're just going to sew a 1/2 inch down this edge. Now you can take this to the ironing board and give it a press if you like. I'm just going to fold it so that the recessed zipper is facing downward and the facing is facing upward. And I'm just going to top stitch down this edge just to make it nice and neat and hold it in place. And when you're doing this, make sure that your seam allowance is going towards the lining, all right? Not towards the facing. All right, so you're essentially just gonna have to keep your right hand up under your facing to make sure that the seam allowance is facing down, and your left hand to guide. And now you have it done. All right, so now that we've added one side of your zipper to your lining and your facing, now we're going to go ahead and add the other side of the zipper. Go ahead and zip your zipper. All right, so what you're going to do now, take your lining piece, and you're going to place it on top. Make sure your lining lines up. All right. I'm just going to take a clip and hold it in place while I make sure everything lines up. All right. So my lining is lined up on the sides here, so we're good there. Now take your facing and place it face down. Go ahead and pin or clip. Then you take it to the sewing machine and then you sew across and then top stitch just like you did the other side. All right, so let's go ahead and sew our facing and our zipper to our lining to the other side. All right, and then go ahead and do your top stitching again. And make sure your seam allowance is going downward towards the lining. All right, now that we have our zipper done, mine looks a little wonky, but yours will look much neater than mine. You can go ahead and unzip your zipper and place your linings with right side spacing. And you're going to clip the sides and the bottom. You're going to leave an opening in the bottom of your lining so that we can turn our bag once we're finished. You're going to leave about a 5-inch opening in the bottom so that we can use that opening to turn your bag. And also make sure your zipper is unzipped because we can't turn it if we don't leave an opening in the lining. All right, so let's sew up our lining. We're using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Alright guys, that's it. That is how you add a recessed zipper to a lining of a bag. And I will be doing a tutorial for you guys from start to finish on how to use the method that I just shown you, how to add a recessed zipper to a tote bag. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them as quick as I can. In the meantime, I'll be working on your 2 tutorials on the 2 different methods of adding, one a recessed zipper to a tote bag and one a recessed zipper to a clutch bag. If you have any suggestions on any future tutorials, drop that in the comments below as well. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell to be notified each time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.